You think you know someone just by looking at them. You see the quiet girl, the new student, the one who avoids eye contact, and you assume she's an easy target. You never stop to wonder what might be hidden beneath the surface. This is the story of one boy who made that exact mistake, and the moment his entire world, along with the social hierarchy of Northwood High, shattered in just a few breathtaking seconds. Stay with me, because this story unfolds in ways you won't expect, and by the end, you may see people a little differently. The first time anyone at Northwood High really noticed Lara was also the moment they decided to ignore her. It was her third day a washed-out California Tuesday, and she drifted through the hallways like a ghost. She wore a worn green military sweater, jeans, and her long, honey brown hair fell over her face, covering calm, observant green eyes. She didn't smile or frown. She simply existed. And in the hyper-social world of high school, that made her an anomaly. To Liam, the unofficial king of the senior class, anomalies were problems to be fixed or broken in. He was everything Northwood loved. The varsity football captain with a razor-clean buzz cut, a privileged smirk, and a blue and yellow jacket that acted like a shield from consequences. He ruled the courtyard with a circle of loyal jocks and admirers. Students moved around him like planets orbiting a sun, either soaking in his attention or scrambling to stay out of his way. Lara, by choice, stayed far from his orbit. She walked the long route to class to avoid him and ate lunch in the library. Years of moving from school to school had trained her to become invisible, a blank slate no one looked at twice. Her mother worked as a geologist, bouncing from job to job around the country, and Lara had learned early that the fastest way to survive a new place was to hide in plain sight. But there was one part of her life that remained constant: the dojang. She had been 7 when she started Taekwondo. Back then she was a frizzy-haired stranger in yet another school, teased for her unusual lunch. Her mother enrolled her in a small Taekwondo studio run by instructor Park, a stern but perceptive Korean master. The early months were painful: sore muscles, bruised shins, and frustration. But instructor Park saw something in her silence. He taught her more than kicks and punches. He taught her discipline, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and an unbreakable spirit. By 19, she wasn't just a student. She was a 3-time national champion. But at Northwood High, she hid that part of herself. Her strength wasn't for show. It was for self-mastery, not dominance. Liam, however, thrived on dominance. His bullying wasn't loud or cartoonish. It was subtle, strategic, and always performed with an audience. He noticed Lara immediately. Her silence bothered him. It felt like a challenge, a wall he couldn't break. "Who's the ghost?" he asked his friend Mark one day. "Some new girl," Mark replied. "She doesn't talk." "We'll fix that," Liam said. His first attempt was cliché copyright. He bumped into her at her locker, sending her papers scattering everywhere. "Whoa, sorry there, clumsy," he said, expecting embarrassment. Lara simply knelt, gathered her papers calmly, and walked away. Her stillness rattled him. It was like punching a pillow. Nothing reacted. The next day he tried whispers: "Freak a broken bar, weirdo a broken bar," but they bounced off her like dull raindrops. Her silence wasn't weakness, it was strength, and it infuriated him. He needed a bigger spectacle. The perfect opportunity came when the school maintenance crew left a thick fire hose stretched across the courtyard while testing the sprinklers. Liam's eyes lit up. To him, it was a chance to humiliate Lara publicly and get laughs while doing it. He gathered his crew. Mark hesitated. "Dude, a broken bar, that's a fire hose. This isn't harmless. It's just a prank," Liam insisted. "Relax." Across the courtyard, Lara sat alone on a bench, reading a geology book. When she heard, "Hey, ghost," she looked up just in time to see Liam reach for the hose. She saw everything at a smirks, the phone's recording, the anticipation of cruelty. For the first time, she felt something clear and sharp settle inside her. This was the line. She closed her book, stood up, and faced him with a calm annoyance at the look someone gives a mosquito that refuses to leave them alone. Liam mistook her stillness for fear. "Oh, don't worry," he said mockingly, "we'll cool you off." He signaled Mark, who reluctantly opened the valve. The hose roared to life. A wall of water, powerful and merciless, slammed into Lara's chest. Her sweater darkened instantly. Her hair flew back, whipping around her face. The pressure was enough to knock someone flat, but she didn't fall. Her body reacted with instinct. Legs rooted, core braced, balance controlled. She absorbed the impact like a stone pillar in a storm. The laughter around Liam died instantly. She stood firm, eyes burning through the water, staring directly at him, not scared, but focused. Then she stepped forward, one step, another, slow, deliberate, unstoppable. Phones kept recording. This was no longer a prank, it was a transformation. When she was close enough, she lifted one hand, palm outward. "Turn it off," she said, her voice steady and commanding. Mark shut the valve with shaking hands. Silence filled the courtyard. Liam stood soaked, holding the hose like a defeated child. Lara stepped closer. "You lack self-control," she said quietly, "and you have no respect for boundaries." Liam tried to regain confidence. "What are you gonna do?" She didn't answer. Instead, in one swift, graceful motion, she spun low, her legs sweeping across the ground. Her foot struck the heavy hose, sending it flying in a tight coil that wrapped around Liam's feet. He fell backward into a puddle, drenched, stunned, and humiliated. A perfect demonstration, a powerful, precise, and completely non-violent. Lara stepped toward him and said, "My name is Lara, and next time you try to hose someone down, make sure they aren't a 3-time national Taekwondo champion." Then she turned away from him and walked off, calm as ever. The courtyard was silent. The video spread through the school before lunch ended. By the next day, it was viral. Liam's fear-stricken face became a meme. His confidence evaporated. His entourage abandoned him. He eventually left a brand new sweater on Lara's doorstep with an unsigned apology note. Lara didn't become suddenly popular, but students no longer ignored her. They treated her with respect. Some asked about Taekwondo. Chloe even apologized to her for standing by. Lara accepted it quietly. She hadn't wanted attention, only peace. A month later, she sat on the same courtyard bench, reading another book. Students nodded to her as they passed. She nodded back. She wasn't a ghost anymore. She wasn't a spectacle. She was simply herself, a whole, grounded, and seen. Her story is a reminder that the quiet ones aren't to be underestimated. True strength doesn't shout, it stands firm. And sometimes, all it takes is a single defining moment to reveal who someone truly is. Liam didn't show up to school for 2 days. The courtyard incident had shaken him more than he expected. He didn't understand how someone who barely spoke, someone he assumed was fragile, could stand against him like a wall of steel. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the moment she stepped through the stream of water without flinching, the moment she swept him off his feet with a single, effortless motion. What haunted him most wasn't the fall, it was the look in her eyes, a focused, controlled, unafraid. For the first time in his life, a broken bar. He felt small. When he finally returned, the whispers followed him like shadows. "There he is, a broken bar bro, got humbled by a girl. She didn't even hit him." He's still scared of her. He tried to ignore them, clenching his jaw so tight it hurt. But the humiliation wasn't the worst part. It was guilt. Guilt he didn't know how to face. His coach noticed the shift and pulled him aside after practice. "You're off," coach said. "Talk." Liam shook his head. "It's nothing." Coach studied him. "You know what separates a strong man from a weak one, Liam? A strong man admits when he's wrong. A weak one avoids it." Liam swallowed hard, because he suddenly realized exactly which one he had been. Meanwhile, Lara moved on, or tried to. People treated her differently now. They smiled, nodded, whispered, "That's the girl from the courtyard." Some even wanted to sit with her at lunch. But attention was never something she enjoyed, and deep down, Something bothered her. Liam hadn't apologized in person. The note he left was just an object, a gesture without a voice. She didn't need revenge. She didn't need fear. She just needed closure. The confrontation came unexpectedly. It was Thursday. During an empty last period hallway, Lara was walking toward her locker when she turned the corner and nearly collided with Liam. They froze. His eyes widened with a mix of embarrassment and dread. Hers remained calm, unreadable. "Yeah, I need to talk to you," Liam said, his voice shaky. "Then talk," she replied. Liam looked down, trying to force the words out. "What I did a broken bar, the Hosea broken bar, the name as a broken bar, all of it a broken bar, it wasn't okay. I know that. I know I hurt you." He hesitated. "I don't even know why I act like that sometimes." "You wanted control," Lara said quietly, "over someone you thought couldn't fight back." He winced. "Yeah, broken bar, I guess so. You were wrong," she added gently, though her words hit like truth arrows. Liam laughed weakly, not out of humor, but out of the pain of realizing how badly he had failed himself. "Yeah, I was." Silence settled between them. Then Liam whispered, "How did you know to broken bar hate me?" Lara paused. She really thought about it. Finally she said, "Because hating you gives you power over me, and I don't give my power away." Liam's breath trembled. No yelling, no dramatic speech, just quiet strength, and it hit harder than any punch. "I want to do better," Liam said. "Not just for you, for me." Lara nodded once. "Then start." She stepped past him, but stopped and added, "Strength isn't about being feared, it's about being respected." Liam shut his eyes. Her words felt like a lesson he should have learned years ago. Over the next week, Liam tried. It wasn't easy. When other jocks made jokes, he didn't laugh. When someone dropped their books, he helped. When he saw someone sitting alone in the cafeteria, he sat with them. People didn't understand what was happening. "Bro, what is up with you?" Mark asked. Liam shrugged. "Trying something new." "Like what?" "Being a person," Liam answered. Some rolled their eyes, some whispered, some actually respected it. But every change he made brought him a strange, unfamiliar feeling. Relief. Then came the moment that proved he was truly changing. A freshman boy, thin, nervous, holding a stack of books, was cornered by two older kids near the vending machines. They pushed him, teasing him for money. Normally, Liam might have ignored it, or worse, joined in, but this time he had broken bar. "Hey!" Liam's voice boomed across the hall. The two boys froze when they saw him. He walked up slowly, but his expression wasn't threatening, it was firm. "Leave him," Liam said. The boys backed away without argument. Rumor or not, no one wanted a fight with Liam. When they left, the freshman muttered, "Thanks a broken bar." Liam smiled slightly. "Just don't let anyone treat you like that. You're worth more than you think." When Liam turned, he saw Lara further down the hall, watching, not judging, just a broken bar watching. Their eyes met for a moment. She nodded once. For Liam, it felt like the world had finally corrected its balance. That night, Liam wrote something in his notebook, something he never expected to write. "Respect is earned by who you are, a broken bar, not by who you can hurt."